close you can almost taste it.
On the show, this Mega Moran. Oh, what did we just see? Sam Roberts, Mega Morant here. Raw recap, and what a Raw to recap, Megan, especially coming off of that final segment on the show. This was the conversation that was happening all week. There were Pew Pew fans that were very upset coming off of Monday Night Raw last week. You were one of them.
One of them.
How could Solo lose?
I, too, love where Solo's at.
He asked. You said, yes, I do.
I love where you're at. I didn't want it to end. I did not want Solo to go home to the Bloodline.
Because WWE...
I mean, why not? I mean, Solo, Jey Uso did not already defeated him, so why not?
Love where Solo Sikoa is at? You said, yeah!
I did. So much so that when it looked like Solo was going to have to deliver the Samoan spike to LA Knight, I looked at you and said, I just want him to punch Roman right in the face now.
How dare you?
And then when he delivered it and all of Buffalo cheered, I did too. I was fired up, Sam. Fired up.
Your poor daughter. After all the food she's been fed, thanks to our tribal chief.
What do you always tell me? This is all about how we feel.
That's
how
true.
This makes us feel.
Feelings.
In that moment, what was I feeling? I was feeling really good.
I mean, I feel like it was low key, and I don't know, maybe it's recency bias, one of those Bloodline segments. You know, that there are like a handful of those Bloodline segments where you are just wrapped up in it like it's a telenovela, and you're just feeling every feeling and going with every story beat, and you know something's going to happen, but you don't know what's going to happen. All of these combustible elements, and we'll go through beat by beat. Believe it or not, I got a lot to say about a Bloodline segment, but we'll go through beat by beat as you're watching this thing kind of unfold, and it's so amazing. It's like a great movie, because even as you're watching
cinema?
it, yeah, cinema. Even as you're watching it unfold, you still don't exactly know where it's going.
Yes. And I felt the roller coaster of emotions. Like, I know I should feel this way, but my heart wants what my heart wants.
You have to listen
and
to
that
it.
was Solo Sikoa delivering a Samoan spike.
I mean, if you like Solo so much, why don't you just date him? I mean, seriously. I mean, no offense, but him and LA Knight should be in trouble for this, because, I mean, Roman wanted him to take down LA Knight, but apparently he gave him the Samoan spike, and that's just messed up.
The Roman Reigns.
Well, lucky you. So we start the segment. We know it's coming. It started earlier in the night with the Usos. I mean, I don't remember the last time they were so happy. Looking like the fabulous Freebirds, just strutting everywhere that they went.
Pew, pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew,
I mean,
pew.
Jimmy, he had a pep in his step and a song in his heart. He didn't stop dancing for the entire 150-minute broadcast. Though every time we saw Jimmy, he was dancing. Every time we saw Jay, because Jay needed a dub. Jay's been waiting for that dub, and Jay just getting to follow him around going, a-pew-pew, a-pew-pew, let's go, Solo. And also, like, the dynamic of the whole thing. Keep in mind, this is real life here.
Yeah, these are his older brothers.
His older brothers that have been telling their younger brother, you got to do it, you got to do it. And their younger brother has been getting the best of them. Their younger brother has been one-upping them. You don't have any younger siblings, do you?
I don't. I'm the youngest.
Right. So I'm sure that, I mean, yes, your siblings deal with it, okay?
I mean, no offense, but it's not the Usos' fault, but it's Solo's fault. Because apparently he gave Roman the Samoan spike. But, so, like, I'm thinking that LA Knight and Solo should be in trouble for it.
Did you hear about my Olympic trials? Did you hear about my marathon scores? They don't want to hear it, okay? They like the old days, right? When they were setting the rules. They were paving the road, and you were simply walking on it. Okay, now you become grown-up Megan Morant, and all of a sudden you got your whole skill set. Oh, are you guys going to be at the Olympic trials? Because I will. How many Morants are Olympic hopefuls? Oh, just me?
Oh, pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew,
Pass the
pew.
mashed potatoes, please.
Everybody okay?
I mean, yeah, I get it. Jacob Fatu could be upset about that, but he's supposed to be the guard of the Usos. Like, I know he acknowledged Roman, but still though.
Yeah. And so finally, the older brothers are like, see, we knew it. It was our way. We finally got him. He got too cocky. He got too confident. He forgot about us. He forgot about us going back to, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, beating him up as a kid. Like teaching him lessons then. He forgot about those lessons, but we finally got him. And while we got him, we also completed a mission that Roman's been asking us to complete, that Jacob hasn't been able to get done. We did it. We wrote the play. We ran the play. We called the play.
And now we're running a victory lap.
Right. Come on, Solo. We're running the lap. And you saw him even that moment when they walked past LA Knight in the hallway. Come on, Solo. He's waiting.
And Solo had the sunglasses on all night.
Well, he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. We've been seeing a very jovial Solo Sikoa the last several weeks.
I miss the colorful suits.
Summer 26 has been huge for Solo Sikoa.
Massive.
There's no getting around that. And he wears a turtleneck all summer long. It's a wild thing.
No turtleneck tonight.
Well, no, it was a crew neck, that's for sure. But he walked out there, right? And so we're back to old Roman, who pulls up in the SUV right before his segment. He's not camping out all night. He's not talking to Adam Pearce about anything. This Roman Reigns tonight was starting to drift more towards old Roman Reigns.
I mean, I think Roman should be pissed at what Solo did to him, so I don't blame Roman, so I really don't blame him. He is the OTC after all, so
Dictator Roman Reigns.
Because we see this little thing that is just hitting him, this little bug that is just eating away at him. It's tiny, but he feels it.
And you think Solo awakens that a lot in him because
Solo is the bug.
Yeah.
Solo's the one because he's like, Roman does well when everything's under control. When those seams start to get loose, that thread's not supposed to be loose. He's a details guy. And when the seams start to get loose, he goes, I told you guys to not let that happen. Why is that happening? I've set this perfectly. I've set everything in motion. And now that the details aren't being met, it makes him crazy, obviously. So Jacob opens the door for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns steps out. Immediately steps out of that car. And the crowd in Buffalo goes absolutely wild. I'll tell you one thing. I've been reading a lot on the internet right now, but you watch that television program. There is nothing overrated about Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns walks out in front of that crowd. Pew, pew! Roman Reigns walks out in front of that crowd in Buffalo. And they're in the palm of his hand. And you heard the way he said it, and he's walking to the ring, and Jacob is right with him. And there was some stank in that voice. Buffalo! And everybody went, yeah, that's our city. And then he said, acknowledge me. And they acknowledged him. And he said, you know what? We could sit here and do this all night, but we got business to attend to. Bring me Solo.
Except he didn't do it with that little.
I mean, to be honest though, it was kind of LA Knight fault because he stepped in, so I think LA Knight should be in trouble for it, especially Solo. Both of them should be in trouble for it. But Jey Uso should have gave LA Knight the super kick, and mostly Jimmy. They could have took down Solo and saved Roman. Like, simple as that.
Crack.
Well, no, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do things with my full chest the way the tribal chief is.
But you're the honorary Uso.
I got to see, honorary, and that's
Yeah,
and even that's pushing it sometimes.
A lot of times.
Yeah, that's 100% right. And boy, here come the Usos. The Usos music is playing.
The old Uso music.
And so, well, I never know. It's changing every single week. But you're right. And Solo comes out with them. Solo looking unhappy. The Usos back to dancing, pew-pewing.
Having so much fun.
I mean, Jimmy Uso, 5 inches away from Solo Sikoa's face, just looking right at him, dancing and dancing the whole time. They can't believe it because they won. They did it right. They got it right. And they get him in there and they're pew-pewing him. And Jay loves pew-pewing him.
Pew, 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 pew.
Because Jay's been taking the brunt of it. Jay has been taking the brunt of a lot, right?
Well, yes, he lost in the King of the Ring tournament, and then he's failed on a couple missions.
But let's be honest about what you know is really in his head. Number 1, Solo making fun of his run it back and making fun of his warning shots. Jay thought he was on to something with this warning shot, and Solo has made it into, right. And Solo has made it into like a goof.
Yeah.
But number 2,
and it's such a good goof, too, that it's not stopping.
Everybody loves the goof more than the morning shot.
I know.
But the other thing, the punk-ass thing has gotten to Jay.
It has, and we saw that earlier in the night backstage.
Who's the punk-ass now?
Yeah, that's what Jay said to Jacob. He's, again, taking that victory lap, talking about it. They called the play. They ran the play. Who's the punk-ass now, Jacob?
Well, you remember last week. Why does he keep calling me that? Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see where Jay going from that, but Jacob shouldn't have been calling him that. He should have called Solo that, but not Jay.
Yeah, that's exactly
Right.
what the heck is exactly where Jay was coming from. Stop calling me that. He's
Enough.
calling me a punk ass. It's enough. It's hurting my feelings. So I think among those are really, I think, the punk ass thing and the Solo making fun of him. Jay needed this one, and he's soaking it all in this moment. So Roman is finally staring down Solo Sikoa. And he takes full ownership. He goes,
He's doing that thing with his
Oh, you know I love it when he
the
clenches.
jaw thing?
He clenches his jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when you know he's bothered. He's bothered. He's got that tick. He's got that towel. He's not a poker player always. But he says he's a very blessed man. He's got everything you could ever imagine.
But the sight of you just pisses me off.
Oh. Because he says he's petty, too. He says he's petty, and people say I shouldn't be this petty, but I need to be this petty. Here's a reminder. And Roman had a video package put together. I wonder if Belt Boy does the video packages, too.
Yeah, that would be a good role for him.
I think so.
You know?
Yeah.
An extended responsibility.
Extended responsibility and a cost-cutting measure, because if he could do both, that's one head.
I'll tell you what, Roman's not sitting down there pulling up Adobe Premiere Pro, editing his own video.
Oh, he's
got to have somebody.
Somebody else is doing it. He's not even carrying his belt at this point. He's not in there in Adobe doing his own clips. No. But 2.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, though. Roman should have just called Sammy out there to come help him. But apparently, LA Knight and Solo wants to ruin it.
But it was a great montage. And we see the story of Solo Sikoa. And we see where he comes into the bloodline. And we see where he claimed himself as the tribal chief after Roman Reigns lost at WrestleMania 40. And we see the Netflix premiere 2 years ago when Roman Reigns showed up to the Intuit Dome in tribal combat and beat Solo Sikoa for that Ula Fala, for the title of tribal chief, with the acknowledgement and the reality that after that, when Roman was in and out for that year, Solo took it upon himself to, maybe he wasn't the tribal chief, but to start his own family, start the MFT thing. And it really did take you down that journey of how Solo Sikoa has ended up here. And Roman is just looking at Solo. Because the montage also included the part where, what did Solo say Roman could do?
He can kiss my ass.
That's right.
I got to admit, the montage, I was siding with Solo a lot after last week. I said, I don't want Solo to go home to the Bloodline because I, too, love where Solo's at. And then this montage plays, and at the end, it goes, you can tell Roman to kiss my ass. And I said, you know what?
I wouldn't disrespect Roman like that, so he is the tribal chief after all, so I wouldn't be like talking about him or anything like that. It's just because Solo is like missing out on the whole entire family.
What?
I'm proud of Solo, and
Well,
I love it.
like, the whole thing.
The whole montage, I was like, I'm riding with him. I am.
He's been a brat the whole time. Like,
He's
it's
been
not
entertaining.
like...
He's been entertaining. He's been funny. Evolved. I mean, this was a guy who for many, many years stood alongside Roman Reigns and didn't say a word.
Yeah. And then he took over the tribal chief. He created his own bloodline. He bossed around the MFTs. I mean, he's been a boy king for a long time.
He had Paul Heyman put through a table at Madison Square Garden.
Paul Heyman hated that. Hated it. He doesn't even mess with the bloodline
Claimed
like
it
that
Ula
anymore.
Fala for a long time.
A long time. And now here he is. So Roman doesn't forget anything.
Of course.
And he's staring daggers into Solo. And he's like, he's got a John Mayer, he said. Oh, look at that. Watch. Oh, I wonder how he got that. See, that's the thing. Roman views Solo's success as kind of a runoff of his own success.
Because he brought Solo in.
Well, I think
Yeah,
you could say that.
yeah, that's true. So he did do that, but Solo doesn't deserve that success. Only Roman does, and the Usos. Not him, but the whole time bloodline.
About a lot of what goes on with the bloodline. I don't think that a lot of the success that members of the bloodline found would have looked exactly the same had it not been for Roman Reigns. And so Roman is sitting there going, where's the gratitude in that? You take the success that I've given you and you try to use it against me? You try to claim it as your own selfishly?
But you're the one who always says just because someone opens the door for you, are they necessarily responsible for everything you do inside of that room once the door's been opened?
That's very true. And I believe that. However, at the same time, how much of what Solo has done has been related in some way, shape, or form to the bloodline?
Almost everything.
So Roman's like, hey.
With the exception, I would say, of the last 3-4 months.
Post MFT or with MFT?
Post MFT.
That's when he's finally finding himself.
Yes.
Fair. And to your point, in terms of, fan response, in terms of engagement, in terms of momentum, it's kind of been his best stuff so far, hasn't it?
Of course it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest though, Solo got LA Knight on his side, but in the meantime, Tamatonga, Walla Walla, they quit on Solo. They both did. So it's mostly Solo's fault.
But he found himself, however, there is something where Roman, I'm speaking in the way I perceive Roman's perception, not necessarily how I feel, but from Roman's perspective, he's going, yeah, but I did all that. I did all that. I put the watch on your wrist. Flips his little chain. Oh, you got this little chain. I wonder how you got that.
I think he takes his glasses off and steps on them.
Stomps him. Breaks the glasses. And Solo looks right at him and he says, what are you even doing looking at me in the eyes? What are you even doing looking at me in the eyes? Why aren't you down on your knees? Why aren't you kissing my feet with gratitude? And I mean mid-sentence out of nowhere. A giant Samoan foot makes direct contact with the side of Solo's face. Just Jacob Fatu shows up out of nowhere and kicks Solo Sikoa right in the side of his head while Roman is talking.
And then immediately goes for the Tongan
death grip. But I mean, do you know, that's when you realize, like, this is not even, I did not properly measure the level of hostility that was in this ring.
I mean, to be honest though, I mean, Solo kind of deserves it, so he the one that's disrespecting the OTC. So that's kind of Solo's fault.
It's one thing to go like, I know Roman's going to reprimand me. I know Roman's going to yell at me. I know Roman's going to be upset. I did not think I was going to get kicked in the head this early.
Yeah, and especially from the man who for a long time would utter the words, and not necessarily utter them, say them loud and proud. I love you, Solo.
It did, because Jacob has loyalty.
Yes.
Because Jacob is aware of how he got to where he's at and how hard he had to work to get to where he's at, but at the same time, in the build-up to Tribal Combat, it was Roman who said, like, Solo can't get a cup of coffee into the building. You think he's the one who got you in here?
I mean, that's not Jacob no more, but because he did join the Bloodline, so Roman the one they brought him in there. So
He couldn't get anything done without my approval. And Roman earned that respect. Roman earned that loyalty, which got brought into question again, because now while Solo Sikoa is laid out on the ground, Roman says, I got to do a little bit of business real quick, while Solo is just laying there.
You're going to have to lay there for a while, Solo.
Which, I mean, is the most, like, mafioso. I mean, it's just the idea. I mean, you hear the phrase insult to injury. But the idea of, while you are laying on the ground, I'm going to conduct some other business that you're not going to like, but honestly has nothing to do with you. I'll get back to you in a minute. You just lay there. Because in the meantime, I'm going to look at the twins.
And what can Solo do about it? I mean, he just
In
takes
that
his
moment?
tongue in death grip.
Nothing. He could try to get some oxygen back into his lungs and maybe get a nice cold compress for the side of his head where Solo put a footprint in it.
But he knows if he moves more than an inch, he might get another footprint from Jacob Fatu.
It's the last thing he wants right now. So Roman says, you know, the thing about the twins called the play, ran the play, got the dub. And in times past, it would have been like, I don't care what the result was. You don't call your own plays. You run the plays that I call. This is different. This is the same Roman who after SummerSlam said, I'm trying to get you guys to all be equals here. I'm trying to do this here. And it seemed like because they brought Solo to him like he asked, he said, these are my captains. I'm always going to be the tribal chief.
yeah, that's true, because like Roman did say that, so he just gave them to the whatever those things called. But apparently it seems like Jacob was upset about that.
I'm the tribal chief, but these are my captains.
These are made men.
They're made men, and if you disrespect them, you disrespect me. And he pulled out the two black Ulafalas, and he put one around the neck of Jimmy Uso and one around the neck of Jey Uso.
You see Jacob Fatu's face right there?
Yes.
I don't think he was too happy about that.
Do you remember?
I mean, I don't blame Jacob, to be honest, but he's supposed to be a guard of the Usos anyway. So it doesn't really matter what Jacob looks like or what his face impression is, because like he's supposed to save the OTC from Solo, but apparently he didn't. He just stood there. Like, what are you doing, Jacob? You supposed to save the OTC. Like, do your job.
Remember on the Sopranos when they made somebody else captain instead of Ralphie? Mm-hmm. Ralphie was furious. I mean, and Ralphie was not a great guy, but he was so mad that he got passed over.
Yeah, I don't blame Jacob, but Roman did just, I mean, Roman could have a third one, but yeah, but leaving Jacob out, that's just kind of uncalled for, if I were to just say that.
And that was Jacob Fatu. I didn't think Jacob Fatu realized he was in a Ralphie position.
Well, especially after Jacob just delivered that tongue and death grip to Solo without ever even being ordered to do so by Roman.
But he didn't deliver Solo, and
That's
he was
true.
ordered
He was
to deliver
ordered to.
Solo.
But, I mean, if you want to play that game, Jey Uso was ordered to win the King of the Ring and bring back the undisputed WWE Championship, and he did not do that.
But he brought back Solo.
Yeah, that's true. He did do that. But it's not his fault, though, but it's Solo's fault. Solo was the one that dipped out on him.
He got that. That's his dub. That's Jimmy's dub. Because Jimmy was out there making sure that it happened. The twins got this done tonight. And Jacob didn't. And Jacob, and I think it does go back to not just the idea of, well, he likes them more than me. It's not just that.
No, it's not. They did bring him.
It's because, and Jacob looks at this guy and he's like, this is a guy I've been calling punk ass for the last 6 weeks. I'm not trying to take orders from his a punk ass. But now
He's one of the captains.
If Jay is disrespected by Jacob, that is equivalent to Jacob disrespecting Roman. He spelled it right out there. That's what these Ulafalas symbolize. This idea that Jacob came in with the understanding. Let's not confuse any issue here. I take orders from my OTC, Roman Reigns, but not from your punk ass, Jay. Now
he has to take orders from Jay's punk ass.
I'm interested to see how that changes. Oh.
Yeah, I could tell Jey Uso do not like to be called by that. I could tell. Because Jacob shouldn't have called him there in the first place. And he disrespecting Jey Uso, he disrespecting Jimmy too. And that's wrong.
Okay? He probably thought the whole thing was ass.
Definitely thought the whole thing was ass.
But I'm anxious to see how it changes, right? You know, before we get there, and before we get back to Monday Night Raw, we got to talk about the main event that is happening in your own home. Look, life is basically SummerSlam every single day. It's a high-stakes gauntlet where the responsibilities, well, they just keep coming. It feels like you're constantly making trade-offs between the things you have to do and the things you actually love. That's why we're celebrating those moments where you refuse to tap out. It's time for the Minute Maid Juice Break, where we highlight those everyday wins that deserve a massive pop. For instance, I was out at the Jersey Shore. I said, I can't let my feet get sunburned, but I want to go on the beach. So guess what I did?
Put your shoes on?
Went on the beach with my sneakers and jeans on.
You get sand in those sneaks?
A little bit, no big deal. No big deal. And they weren't the newest sneakers in the world, so I still, let them hit the water and let the water soak through a little bit. So I could still feel that nice water, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't tap out. It was a grind, okay? But I'm the one who got the 3 count. Because I kept my shoes on, and I was on the beach.
Your feet must be nasty if you want them
they're
dogs
pretty good.
out
You
on
just
the.
check. They're on Wiki
You want
Feet.
them dogs out at the park?
No, I got a whole side business with them. You should check it out sometime.
Shout out. Well, as we all know, I'm an Olympic hopeful.
Oh my
marathoner,
God!
as we
Yeah,
talked
we all
about,
know.
but
You keep bringing it up.
a neighborhood mom reached out to me and said, I have these middle school daughters that play soccer, but they're interested in running. And so she asked me if I'd give them, a couple tips and maybe go on a little bit of run with them.
Tips for running?
And it was a Friday. I had a lot going on. There was a big SmackDown coming up, a lot of different stuff I had to move around. And they were running. I said I would run with them, 9 a.m. in the morning. We'll go for a little trot from my house. They were running late. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to tap out. Because I got to pay it forward. I got to show the youth what's great about this sport of running.
Just
and
go.
so we went on the trot together. I talked to the girls. We stopped. We got a treat. Got a little donut. Nope, didn't tap out. I brought the juice, and I ran with the middle school girls.
You got donuts on your run?
Yeah, got to bribe the kids.
To run? I mean, what kind of advice do you give them? Just go a little faster. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the genius expertise. Minute Maid and WWE are tag teaming your daily grind, bringing main event energy to life's everyday matches. Together, we're turning the toughest rounds into moments worth cheering for.
From the ring to real life, Minute Maid and WWE are here to help you bring the juice when the day tries to tap you out.
Never tap out on taste. Bring the juice.
We did it in unison. Good job.
Well, yeah, you finally were with me. So, as Jacob is trying to process this, and you see him in the background just looking like, what the hell's going on? We get what has become my favorite interruption in all of wrestling.
L.A. Night.
I mean, it's just such a good interruption. That sounded so obnoxious. L.A. Night. Like, what are you doing? We got this whole family business we're trying to take care of here, and this guy's going to come out in his bright colors with his circle sunglasses on and his vest.
And his
with
Walmart watch.
Meow. Except he's got 10 of them, so it's okay.
Well, to be honest though, LA Knight shouldn't have stepped in the first place, so he shouldn't have done that. I mean, which was, LA Knight should be in trouble for it.
Hey.
I love it. I love a Walmart watch.
And LA Knight comes out.
Walmart watch here.
I know you are.
Stop looking at mine, all right?
Well,
enough.
LA Knight comes out. I know you got 10 of them. Remember, you lost that one at NXT. You got another one.
It tracks
just
my
like that.
sleep, you know? I don't like to
What do you need to track your sleep for? You're staying in bed.
know how long I'm in there.
Look at the clock before you shut your eyes. It's got all the answers right there.
Doesn't tell me my REM, all right?
Your REM. I forgot about that. Yeah.
John Mayer track your sleep? Don't think so.
No, it doesn't.
Think so?
There's a little digital clock right over there. If I need to track my REM, I'm just saying that's me in the corner. You know, that's all I need in terms of sleep. There you go. That's for you. There they go. That's for my guys in the production room.
That was quick.
So LA Knight comes out, and first thing the Usos go for him, he takes out the Usos. And he gets in the ring, and at first, Jacob is standing back. And then LA Knight starts to confront Roman Reigns, and boom! Jacob Fatu attacks LA Knight, having the back of his tribal chief. Roman Reigns goes up to Jacob. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't want you doing that. I'm going to take care of him. I said I was going to take care of him.
Remember last week you told everybody to keep their hands off of LA Knight?
I think that's 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
2 weeks ago. You're right. Yeah,
last time Roman was here. He said, I'm taking care of him. And listen, man.
So now Jacob, after, having the experience of seeing the Usos get these Ulafalas and get praised.
The next thing he does is he's
already
doing it wrong.
Is Jacob in the doghouse?
He's trying to dog walk their ass. I don't know if he's in the doghouse.
I mean, I don't blame Jacob for doing it, but he should have just took down LA Knight. But apparently Roman stopped him. If I was in there, I would have said to Roman, there's no point stopping him, so just let him do it. So LA Knight deserved to get knocked out, so.
He's got to feel like it, though, right?
This is not where Jacob's used to being.
Mm-mm.
He's not the punk ass. So he's standing in the corner. Roman goes for that Superman punch. Lays out LA Knight. We go, okay. Except Solo comes in after that, right? Roman lays out LA Knight. And then the Usos come back in. They pick up LA Knight. And Roman, and I love it. It's going back to old school Bloodline. It's going back to we don't need microphones. We're taking care of this. Isn't a production. This isn't theater. You know what I mean? That's why you feel it in your bones. Because there's no microphones. They're not playing to the house. They're not watching to make sure that the angles are right. The camera angles, They're making sure that they're getting business done in that ring. And it almost feels like voyeuristic. Like we're just watching this happen. And Roman is yelling at Solo. And they're picking up Solo. And he's saying, I shouldn't have to do this. I shouldn't have to do this. You take him out, Solo. You take him out. And Solo gets that Samoan spike out. He gets that thumb out. That's the part that you were talking about earlier.
That's where I said, don't do it, Solo. Don't do it, Solo.
And he starts yelling at LA Knight. I'm sorry. Grabs LA Knight by those cheeks. And he says, I'm sorry. And he picks up that thumb and he spikes the tribal chief in the side of the neck. And I said, no, my tribal chief, no.
And I said, yes, Solo,
No,
yes.
Solo.
Yes, Solo.
What?
Why would you say yes to Solo for it? Like, come on now. Like, what are y'all doing? Oh, my goodness. I mean, Solo should be in trouble for it, literally. He should have just took down LA Knight. But he didn't do it. Which he's supposed to. So apparently, he gave Roman the Samoan spike. And that's messed up.
What are you doing?
And you want to know something?
Yes.
All of Buffalo cheered. All of Buffalo cheered.
Of course they did, because Solo got a backbone.
It was great.
And Roman goes down, and it's that Roman, you know, where it's like it's pain, it's hurt, it's my neck hurts because I just got Samoan spiked. It's I don't know how to react because I did not see that coming, and it's I'm hurt in the soul because I was disrespected by my family.
That's right.
These are the reactions that you see plastered all over.
And I think that second part hurts way more than the Samoan spike.
I would agree with you.
I mean, I hate to break it to Roman, but he should have just stayed with the Shield with Seth and other people. So what's the point of having the Bloodline anyway? Like, that makes no sense.
This isn't the way this was supposed to go at all. And then Solo takes care of Jimmy Uso. And Solo takes care of Jey Uso. And then they look over. And Jacob Fatu is in the corner going, he told me to stand back. I'm standing back.
He only takes orders from his tribal chief.
I'm taking the orders. Okay? I tried to do it on my own. He told me to stand back. I'm taking the orders then.
Stand back right here.
And LA Knight hits a BFT on Roman Reigns. LA Knight hits his finish on Roman Reigns.
And then Solo's going, pew, 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 pew.
I mean, that's a crazy sight to see LA Knight hit that finish on 2026 Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns isn't getting finishes put on him, especially by LA Knight, and boom, there it was. On Monday Night Raw for everyone to see as Jacob Fatu. And then LA Knight throws his watch at Roman Reigns and says, I got 10 more. And it's like, woof. And it's like all of this, right? This is the beauty of wrestling. You go, oh, why would Roman, make fun of LA Knight's watch 2 weeks ago? That's too far. It makes him look bad. Well, because now you got this payoff. Why would Jacob Fatu get right in LA Knight's face and LA Knight doesn't do anything back? Well, now you got the payoff. And now Solo Sikoa's got those eyes that you love.
Of course.
Those happy eyes, those
Love
charismatic eyes.
Yes. I hope next week he has a colorful suit on and turtleneck is back.
You think it'll be forest green?
I could go with the red again. I like the forest green. I like the red. Maybe he debuts another color.
I think the cream.
The cream would be nice.
Is a favorite of mine that often gets underplayed. But I think, you want to pew Solo. And there were people that were worried that we were going to lose him. I think you have him back tenfold now.
I think so too. I think this is even better. Because you want to know something? The Usos taking their victory lap of going pew, 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 pew. They can never do that again.
Well, we'll see. Because the Usos are going to have to get revenge.
Yeah, but...
Don't say they can never do that again. Because the Usos...
Well, they're not going to be doing it anytime soon. Because if you do that, and then you get taken out by the person you're making fun of for going pew, 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 pew...
Well, Roman's going to have to lift this thing that nobody can touch LA Knight. Because I got to see the Usos versus Solo and LA
then
Knight.
where does Jacob fit in?
Tell me where to go. You told me not to do it. Tell me where to go.
I mean, not gonna lie, but Roman did tell him to step back or something. I don't know what he said to him, but Roman should have just let the Usos get their revenge, like, seriously.
I take your orders.
Okay, well, you told me not to do it, so I didn't do it. It's like when you know what I mean, when your boss yells at you, and then you see something go wrong, and it's like, well, you told me not to do anything, so I'm not going to do anything. Why did you let that happen? You told me not to do anything. Your boss gets mad.
It's getting complicated.
It's getting complicated.
It's getting layered.
That's how the bloodline is. That's why we love it.
And immediately after getting those Ulafalas, the Usos are taken out by Solo.
Come on.
Jacob's just standing there. No recognition. No Ulafala. Nothing. But he's taking orders.
Take it. He's just watching. And I tell you, that's why I got my Jacob football jersey. That's why I got my 5-2 football jersey, thanks to ProSphere. You know, whether you've been cheering since the Attitude Era or you've been counting down to the next PLE, you know ProSphere has the gear to help you represent the WWE Universe in style. Look at that werewolf on the back, from legendary icons and current fan favorites like Jacob Fatu to the next generation of WWE superstars. ProSphere offers an ever-growing collection of officially licensed apparel inspired by the biggest names and moments in WWE. What do you got over there?
Football season's right around the corner, and let me tell you what, I'm going to stand out in the crowd with my 69 D-Generation X jersey. You can get this at ProSphere. It's perfect to wear to any occasion, really.
Did you wear that to Welcome Back Weekend or whatever they call it, Back Together Weekend?
Yeah.
Welcome Back Weekend. I think that was Welcome Back Cotter. Homecoming Weekend. Yeah, no, did you?
Welcome Back.
Did you wear that to Back Together Weekend?
Yeah, Homecoming Weekend.
Homecoming.
Is what I'm gonna.
Homecoming.
I'm gonna wear that too. Yeah.
I love. I mean, it's perfect for that. It's perfect
great.
That's why it's a great football jersey you wear for Back Together Weekend. But it's also, it's the 69 jersey. The front, I believe, it says 69 on the back. What's it say on the front?
The front
That says
DX Suck It.
It says "Suck
So
It" on the
this is
front,
great.
so you can wear. I mean, that's first day of school right there.
For sure.
I'll tell you what, there was
Make
an
a
era when
statement.
it was, and I'm so glad that it's back, thanks to ProSphere, okay? Don't just wear fan gear, you got to make a statement, and sometimes that statement is, suck it! Head over to Fanatics and shop the full ProSphere collection today with new superstars, new events, and new designs arriving year-round. There's always a new way to represent the WWE Universe. ProSphere on Fanatics is gear built for every member of the WWE Universe or the Bloodline or D-Generation X.
That's right.
As it were. Now, when you talk about all this going on right now in the WWE, some people are all wrapped up in the present, but there are others that are wrapped up in the future. And once again, we see Braun Breaker and the Vision, Logan Paul, who's just letting that hair grow and grow and grow, Austin Theory and Maxine Dupree, they've become one of those relationships where it's like, oh, we thought that, it would be cool that our buddy in the friend group has a girlfriend now, but they're just obsessed with each other.
They're in love.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think Austin Theory's friends are like, he's not texting us back anymore, man.
Yeah, bro, you used to hang, bro. When are we going to hang again, bro?
He's like, can't she come? They're like,
He's bringing Maxine.
But also at the same time, no one can blame him.
No, you can't.
Just look at what he's got.
It's Maxine Dupree. And she's just sitting there just making fun of Otis. It's totally unnecessary. Hey, remember when you humiliated Otis? He's like, yeah, it's great. But while all this is going on...
I don't like that.
No, it's not the nicest thing in the world, but it is a thing that happened.
It is
and
true.
And you can't, you can't... Love is love is love is love. That's what they bond on. Humiliating Otis. What can I tell you? Sorry, babe. Told you it was bad news.
I think he is bad news. But you know what?
She's happy. I've never seen her so happy.
Yeah.
I saw her on the internet. Her head hit the door.
She still looked happy. I
and
saw
she's
that
still
too.
happy.
That
He knocked her head on the
painful.
door frame, and maybe that's why she's so in love. He knocked her loopy. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, she saw little hearts and the birdies flying around her and everything like a cartoon. Listen, Braun Breaker, though, wants nothing to do with any of it. Braun Breaker is all business. They said, Braun, you have anything to say about Obafemi? Which is
I'm gonna
really
go out there.
I mean, but just that almost feels like a Sam Roberts question. That's like a very direct, leading question. Hey, Braun, what do you think of Obafemi? You're just trying to get him to talk his stuff, And he
Hey,
goes, no.
Byron, what do you think of Obafemi?
He's good. I like him.
I like him.
I like him.
I like him.
You think he's the future? Brock Lesnar said he was. Thanks for nothing, Byron. Thank you for nothing. I like him. That's what Braun Breaker should have said.
I like
Anything to say about Obafemi? I like him. No, but that's not that's a Byron Saxton.
I want to text
specialty.
Byron right now and say, hey, what do you think of Obafemi?
Of Obafemi. I like him. So Braun Breaker goes to the ring and immediately calls out Obafemi. Not there to talk, calls him right out. And instead of that music playing,
Ladies and gentlemen.
my name is Paul Heyman. And by the way, Buffalo goes nuts for Paul Heyman. And
You
Paul
have
Heyman,
to. Anytime he shows up.
He's,
just like
yeah,
that.
because he's up to something. It's up to something season with Paul Heyman all the time. So Paul Heyman comes out and he says he used to be an advocate. He is still an oracle and is always a wise man. And he knows when something is wise to do, and he knows when something is unwise to do. And he believes that what's happening right now is unwise. But it is a wise thing to ask, who is the future of the WWE? And that is when Obafemi's music plays. Obafemi walks out, struts out. I apologize. Obafemi, there it is. He looked just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biceps. the
Same
size
arms,
and
too. You
everything.
got those
Just
big Oba
like it.
arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
That's what
sure.
a lot of people say about me.
Yeah, for sure. You've been lifting?
Say Megan Morant and those Oba arms.
That's
Here
right.
she comes.
That's right. Oba comes out and says, everybody knows who the future is. I know who the future is. Heyman knows who the future is. They know who the future
He
is.
even said to Braun, you know who the future is.
You know who the future is. It's Oba. Femi. And
Brock
everybody goes
Lesnar
nuts.
knew who the future
Brock
was?
Lesnar knows who the future is. And Braun Breaker says, well, we could do this right now. And gets right in Oba's face. And Paul Heyman. And I mean, and it's really interesting. Because something has shifted in Paul Heyman. Where you usually, when Paul Heyman is losing control, and he did this with Braun Breaker for a long time, he's almost scared. No! And instead, he just steps right up to Braun Breaker. Because he knows he's holding. He knows he's got leverage, I believe, Paul Heyman. And he steps right up to Braun Breaker. And he says, if you take one more step forward, you'll lose me forever. I mean, talk about complex relationships.
Right?
Are you giving, Braun should have said, are you giving me an ultimatum?
Well, Paul Heyman is in such an interesting spot right now, right? Because he had joined the Vision
Yeah.
alongside Seth Rollins.
Some would say he created.
We all remember how that happened.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania. But then we saw him turn his back on the Vision in the interactions with Austin Theory. Now you know.
Yeah.
And we've seen him, not be as hands-on with the Vision.
Now you know it was so
I know, it was
brutal.
so terrible.
Oh, did you not know? Well, now you
you know.
do.
Terrible. But,
I mean, hands off of the Vision.
but in
He's
fairness,
nowhere near.
he was busy with Brock Lesnar.
I mean,
And when Brock comes around, Paul's busy.
oh, really? Brock's been gone for 3 weeks?
And he has been gone for 3 weeks. So where does that leave Paul Heyman?
I think Paul's figuring it out.
Right?
And Paul, because we know what side Paul Heyman's on.
The winners.
Yeah.
The winner's side.
Always. And I noticed that tonight, right, as Paul Heyman explains, the reason I'm not going to allow you to step forward is because we're not doing this for this audience. We don't answer. We're a publicly traded company. We don't answer to this crowd in Buffalo. Boo. We answer to our shareholders. And I mean, the idea of sitting there in the audience and hearing somebody say, who wants a big match for the shareholders? It's could Paul Heyman be more obnoxious?
We can talk about this one on the earnings call.
I know. And it's I get that he's not wrong, but it's not fun either.
Especially when you're a fan who's just so excited
I'm
that
trying
Raw
to see
has
the
come to
fight.
Buffalo.
Right. And he says, apparently there's only 2 of us in this ring who know how box office works. And you're like, bro.
So now he's just calling out Braun Breaker.
Bro. And Paul Heyman explains that this is a main event match. This is a main event attraction, and we need to put it on the biggest stage that we can put it on. And that's why I've already talked to Adam Pearce. And we've made it official that we will get at Sunday night's main event on the 6th of September in Braun Breaker's hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. Braun Breaker versus Obafemi to answer the question, who is the future of the WWE? Here is where my eyebrows raised, my spider senses started tingling. Paul Heyman was not protecting Braun Breaker. Paul Heyman was protecting the match. Paul Heyman was almost like a classic Don King, kind of playing both sides, just making sure that the attraction was the attraction because that's where Don King was making his money. Mm-hmm. Paul Heyman was not a representative of one of those two. Paul Heyman was a representative of the attraction.
Of the future.
Whoever it may be. When Paul Heyman went to Adam Pearce to make this match, did he do it for Braun Breaker? Or did he do it because he's invested in the attraction? And if that's the case, is Braun Breaker fighting for more than he realizes?
Yes, Braun Breaker has a lot at stake here. It's not just about beating Obafemi. It's about the future, and I think it's about Paul Heyman as well.
What do you think of the idea of the fact that Paul Heyman has been by Braun Breaker's side for, let's say, a year? He started to get cold, coming off of WrestleMania, but he started coming off of last year's WrestleMania, so a year. Imagine if you had somebody who was by your side for a year, who was guiding you, who was prepping you, putting you in the right position. And then for some reason, things start to go wrong and you're not exactly sure why. And all of a sudden, that person is looking at you going, prove it. Prove it you even deserve to have me by your side. That's...
And you're like,
what?
Where did this come from?
Right, that's like mental torture.
Where did this come from?
I don't know.
Psychological warfare.
And to what end? That's what I'm wondering. To what end? Paul Heyman has a plan. There's a reason why Paul Heyman is involved, and it's not the shareholders.
But remember what we talked about last week, and there are some athletes, is what we talked about, that need to be coached in a certain way, need to hear that you're not good enough because that lights a fire in their soul. Is this a technique by Paul Heyman, or is this just Paul Heyman figuring it out?
I don't think... Okay, that's a great question.
The attraction.
I don't think Paul Heyman is... It didn't feel like he was doing this specifically for Braun Breaker.
I agree with that.
I don't think he's doing this to motivate Braun Breaker.
Okay.
I don't think he's just figuring it out, though. I think he's concocted his plan. I don't think that he's just putting things in motion and then he's going to figure out where to go based on where it goes. I think that there is something up Paul Heyman's sleeve, and I do not know what it is. And that is a scary thing. Paul Heyman has not been by anyone's side since SummerSlam.
Tonight, would you say he was closer to Braun Breaker's side or Obafemi's side?
Neither.
He
was on Paul Heyman's side tonight. And that's the thing that I find so intriguing. Because usually when Paul Heyman finds himself without someone, he's in panic mode.
Mm-hmm. He was not panicking tonight at all.
He was more confident than I've ever seen him.
Yes.
I've never seen him this confident alone. And that is why, to me, I said there is a clear path that is clear to Paul Heyman that is not yet clear to me. I don't see it.
Although him saying, or you'll lose me forever, did sort of allude to maybe he is with Braun.
Or he could be.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get back together with you, but if you don't do what I want, then you'll have no shot.
Yes.
And it's almost like that sort of manipulation of, in that moment, realizing there's a vulnerability, so you use that to heighten your own value, and now you've set the precedent for what this relationship is.
Because if he
Maybe
says
I
to
took too many
Obafemi,
introductory psychology classes, but that's how I read it.
But if he says to Obafemi, or you'll lose me forever, Oba's like,
lose what?
Okay.
I beat the beast.
What do you mean?
Ask Brock Lesnar who I am. Lose what forever?
By the way, Obafemi's impersonation of Braun Breaker
was
my
God.
Chef's kiss, amazing. I didn't know that was in him.
It was unbelievable.
Incredible. Probably my favorite moment on Monday Night Raw tonight.
It was incredible. I thought I was watching that guy from Instagram. What's his name? Matt Friend or something? Matt Friend, is that it? Yeah. That's what I thought it was. I was going to make a much older reference, but I decided to make one that was a little more topical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I think is big for me. But, yes. What was it that he imitated Braun doing? What was the word? Do you remember or you don't remember?
I don't remember.
It was so
I just wrote in my notes, Oba's Braun impression.
Oh, it was great.
Amazing.
It was great. It was great. Now listen.
I'm going to have to go watch this back immediately after we get off the air.
You got to do it. It was fantastic.
So close you can almost taste it.